YouTube. In today's video, we're reacting to Skeeter Gene's latest Pred Catch. If you guys are enjoying the content that I'm putting out, please drop a sub. It means a lot to me. I appreciate it. If there's anything you'd like to see more of on the channel, just let me know in the comments below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Yo, what's good everyone? Today we're watching Pred brings a Blicky to meet a kid. I haven't seen any of this, so I can't lie. Just from the title alone, it seems like it's going to be a good one.
Alright, so right now, the decoy is going over to the bench. She's going to be in position waiting for our guy, Tim, to arrive. And we're going to go over a little bit of his chat log pretty soon here. But who we're catching today is this guy. His name is Tim.
This looks like it could be someone's dad. This looks like, I can guarantee each person watching this knows at least one person's dad that pretty much looks exactly like this. That could be like brothers or something,
He's from...
It really is anyone. It really is anyone, you never know who it is. That's so scary.
He's had a pretty fairly sexually charged conversation with who he thought to be a... For the past few months. He says, nothing needs to be rushed, and, it's pretty respectable. He says there's too many diseases and stuff to get.
Why is it so hard to just, for these guys to just chat to someone that's not underage?
And then pregnancy is a whole other thing, he says. So you clearly see he's thinking with the wrong head here. We see where his mind is. He says she has nice curves, says that her body looks older. Do you like to cuddle or kiss, he says. He says, are you an affectionate person? He wants to do things like touching, all the sorts. He doesn't get too graphic, but he pretty much goes right up to the line, crosses it a little bit, and then he comes back. However, I think we do have enough here to possibly get charges on him. Also, today is Easter Sunday, hence why I'm wearing my fly.
This was recorded on Easter Sunday. So instead of spending Easter with maybe this guy doesn't have a family, maybe I'm giving him too much benefit of the doubt, but instead of possibly spending this time with his family, he's out trying to meet a minor.
Purple suit, just picked it up from the tailor. I got a few cigars here, actually. I'm gonna light one up before I go talk to Tim, and I'm gonna see if he wants one as well. Here's why not, I'm in the Easter spirit. It's Sunday, the Lord's Day. He says, so you're open to everything. Experimentation is always fun. You don't know what you like until you try it. Haven't you ever came when your ex did things to you? He's done things like regular sex, all kinds of positions, toys, outside, cars. He talks about doing oral sex in different positions. You pretty much get the gist of it. I mean, Tim, pretty bad guy. So we're gonna be...
You know what? Some of these messages as well, like, this would be crazy even if it wasn't a minor. Nah, what's wrong with these people?
Be getting ready to meet him, and just a little bit here. Should be here in 10 to 15 minutes, and then shortly after that we'll be calling the Roseville Police Department.
Can you meet his house?
Yeah. Getting ready to catch a predator here.
Hi.
Go open some of the windows, you're gonna be suffocating in like 5 minutes if none of the windows are open.
What?
Do you want me to get out with you?
How are you? I'm good. I did. You did too. Sit down.
Where is this? Is this just like next to like a field? Just like is that a basketball hoop right there? I might have seen it wrong. Is this just like a field, or is it like a park near here or something? I don't know.
Finally.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's not too cold, but it's better yesterday.
No, it's really nice out today. Did you find any good places to eat?
There's like a BW,
I stand corrected.
not too far.
Oh.
Is
Is
that
that like wings and stuff?
You've never been there?
Is there like a lot of TVs?
Yes, it's a sports bar.
Oh. Yeah, no, I think I've been there. What do you get there?
Seriously? You can tell me you've never been to BW's?
I think I've been there with my dad.
How far did they, how long ago did they leave?
Probably like an hour
Oh, really?
ago. Yeah, I'm watching their dog. Yeah, we don't have school tomorrow either because Easter.
Seriously? You have a Monday off for Easter?
That's what they said.
Just don't show up?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't gonna argue.
Right? So what you do at your uncle's house? Anything fun?
No, I just played Fortnite on his PS4.
Fair enough.
Nothing fun.
Well, Fortnite's not very fun anyway.
I love Fortnite.
I'm not a fan.
Wait, what do you play?
Call of Duty. I just want to people to see.
Oh.
Yo, has he like has he accidentally kept like when they kept the camera? I feel like the camera's meant to be on them still. It might just be because they're moving in it. I'm not sure. Cause I'm trying to like listen to what he's saying because I can hear him talking, but yeah, his audio's muted.
There's a difference between building to people. and
That's
then just,
scary. Why would you want to
Not
people?
like real life. I'm talking about a video game.
So you've never anyone?
No. No.
Oh. Well, you made it sound like you did.
No, like I'm talking about video games.
Yo, what's this guy's fit? What's he coming? Blue jeans.
In a video
Yeah, he dresses like a dad too.
game, I want to like drive past and That's it.
Yeah. Have you ever played Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Oh. See, I'm not allowed to play that.
Seriously?
What the hell?
Yeah, the last one.
Yo, there's some lovely conversation they're having right now.
Soon, coming out pretty soon.
A new GTA?
Yeah.
Yeah, how's it going, Tim?
Oh.
Hello.
You're to put your eggs in a basket, or? Do you like watching videos like this?
Sorry. Listen, Scooter Gene, I like your videos, but I'm not doing free promo. Sorry, bro.
Just to hang out? With a
We've been talking for a while. She says, hey, come on, we can go grab some.
I swear they all just run off like the same script. Oh yeah, what are you here? You're just to hang out. Boy, you're meeting someone underage. You don't just hang out. You know, even just hanging out is that's not okay.
Lunch, so it says we're
Obviously, unless like it's like you know them, like they're like a family member. You get me, like niece, nephew. You know what I mean?
grab some lunch. Never said anything about that. I said I want to keep everything in public.
sure.
That's it. Nothing else.
That's all you wanted to do?
Sure.
Well, what about when you talked about?
He's not a bad looking guy either, you know, like he doesn't, like some of them you see, and it's not like it makes it any better, or you understand it more because it still is so wrong to do, but like, you know, they're doing it because they can't pull anyone that's over, you know, the age, but like, you know, I'm sure there'd be some females out there, you know, for this guy.
Oral sex in the chat log.
Oh, well, that was like a long time ago. I wasn't interested in that. I always stayed away from that.
It may have been
Said a long time. You said don't mind that, buddy.
a long time ago, Tim, but you're still here and everything, and you brought it up.
Sure. That was wrong. But I said today, it's like if I come up and meet, we'll hang out, we'll go grab some lunch. And she said, well, let's go to my place or her place. And I'm like, no, let's keep it all in public.
Keep it all in public.
Yeah, I didn't want anything like that.
Well, fair enough, but when you mentioned the oral sex in the chat log, it's just
Okay, that was wrong, but I didn't want to do it because that's why I said everything's going to be in public. I don't want anything like that to come back on me.
well. To be fair though, Tim, you can do oral sex.
Don't want anything like that to come back on me. Newsflash, buddy. Don't go out meeting minors.
In public, and I remember,
Sure, yeah, but
yeah.
this guy.
Well, at some point, you did say that you've done everything. You've done it indoors and outdoors in cars, and you do have a car here. You're an adult, and she's
True.
So
I
it's-
just wanted to hang out and chat.
okay. Nothing else?
No.
Do you have kids of your own, Tim? You do? How old?
That's car keys. That's. You know, okay, these are very distinct car keys. That's a Vauxhall car right there, I can tell you that much.
Are they, if you don't mind?
All ages. 25.
Okay. Around the age of the girl you're here to meet today.
Yeah, talk, sir.
Just to talk?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, just judging by what I have here, though, Tim, it seems like you're here to do more than just, just talk.
I said everything in public. That was the last thing I said.
Yeah.
We can go to my place, go to your place. It's like, no, I'm going to keep it public.
Just everything public.
Sir,
Okay.
that's why we met
Why even me? You know?
in a public place.
Okay.
She said, you can come to my place. I'm like, no, let's just meet in a public place.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. And you do talk about how, how curvy her body is and whatnot. I know you said that you were a bit of a boob guy, bit of a boob connoisseur.
Sir, no.
You made some comments on, her boob.
Listen. Ass over boobs. Okay. All of you guys that prefer boobs over ass, yeah. You're in this group with this guy.
Boobs as well. And before that, when you were talking about maybe the idea of sex, you said pregnancy is a whole another thing. So obviously you're being careful in that regard. Oh, right here it says too many diseases and stuff to get to, and pregnancy is a whole another thing.
I can't
That was
remember.
it was way back in the. Oh, you don't have glasses?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't. Would you, I
Yeah.
remember the context, honestly.
You remember the context of that one?
I don't.
Okay. And did you happen to bring condoms with you here today, Tim? They're not in your car or anything.
I don't think there's any in my car, to be honest. No.
You don't typically walk around with condoms.
No.
Okay. Okay. Fair.
Nope.
So you ask if she's an affectionate person and if she likes to cuddle or kiss.
Yeah, 'cause she made a comment, I think, about it before, about cuddling or something like that.
Right. So she made that comment.
I faintly remember it, but it's been a while.
Okay. Okay. And but why did you bring up possibly cuddling or kissing?
Because she brought it up in the past.
She brought it up in the
Well, I
past.
spoke to
Okay.
Kate, pretty sure.
Okay. You tell her that you like boobs even more.
Sure, that's fair.
You say, I bet that ass feels good.
I haven't seen it. It's not like I sent pictures or asked for pictures or anything
Well,
like that.
I understand you didn't see it, but just
You just, even if you didn't see anything, you just can't say stuff like that, buddy. You get me?
to even be thinking like that with,
It's fair.
just like, she's for crying out loud. Tim, you say that you're curious and that you like to look at boobs and play with them. And you ask her if she's
Curious, at this big age, you said he's experienced everything, done everything. This nigga ain't curious.
a good kisser. I mean, Tim, why did we need to know that?
General question.
Yes, everyone that you're talking to online, if they're a good kisser, regardless of age or not, do you ask your own?
Yeah, your mum texts you. It's like, hi honey, I'm coming to come visit, and are you free in a few weeks? You a good kisser. Like, no, you don't say that to everyone.
I don't know, is your son or daughter?
Son.
Do you ask your son that? Why not?
Because I don't care if he's a good kisser.
Why'd you? Well,
Why does he care if she's a good kisser?
okay, so why'd you care if this girl was a good kisser?
I was just being curious.
If you didn't have any interest. And how old are you, Tim?
50 something.
50 something.
So,
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm no mathematician, but I know that.
why?
Well, I know that 50 something and equals trouble.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Fair.
Would you agree?
This guy's definitely like 58 or something, He's definitely like 58. He doesn't want to say, he's 58. Because the older, he says it's going to be seeming worse, Somehow. if that makes sense. Maybe in his head it's working like that, but you know, it's just as bad either way.
Yeah. So, do you mind if I sit down?
Yeah, can I go though?
Yeah. Oh, I just need to talk to you a little more.
Can I go?
What's that?
Can I go?
Well, at this point, Tim, we're looking at, possibly getting authorities involved because
For what?
just the whole solicitation. I just want
I
to
didn't
talk.
solicit anything.
Well, you did. I was
No,
gonna.
to come here to the public and meet and hang out and go to lunch.
Well, Tim, if you let me get to it, I was gonna get to it here.
Am I free to go?
And Tim, I just
I
want
don't
to
even
talk to
know
you.
who you are. Who are you?
Oh, well, let me introduce myself. Name's Doyle.
This guy wants to go so bad. He is like, but using all his resources. He knows the second authorities get down, he's completely fucked. He's screwed the second authorities get down here. So he's just trying to bail out as soon as he can. Because I don't think Skeeter can legally stop him from leaving, if that makes sense. But Skeeter's playing it well, but not answering the question.
Nice to meet you.
And who are you?
I'm just a. Sorry. I'm just a private contractor.
Okay, well, am I free to go? So
Yes.
if you're not law enforcement, then I can be free to go.
Tim, I just wanted to talk.
Have I done anything illegal?
Well, I want to talk to you before it
I'm
would.
asking you a question. Have I done anything illegal?
Yes,
Yes.
What was that?
you traveled to meet a presumably for these acts that you talked about
No,
in the chat log.
to hang out. That's what it said.
Tim, what about when you say kissing, touching, and exploring?
I don't remember the context on that.
I'll get to. I'll show you.
I think there's some very obvious context, you know, behind that, don't you think?
Do you want to? I got another cigar. Do you want a cigar?
No.
I can light you up. We can talk a little bit.
Because I'd like to go if I can.
Okay. But do you want pizza? I can order like us a pizza or something.
Who's pizza?
Okay.
That's a smart way. Yeah. If you guys don't know, when he says pizza, that's my chair. Wait. Yeah, see, that was my chair. That wasn't me. When this guy says pizza, it means he's calling the cops, pretty much. He's pretty much signaling other people to call the cops.
All right. Well, let me just talk to you a little more. So,
Free to go. I'm asking, that's a legit question.
no, I
You're
understand.
not law enforcement.
I
I'm
understand.
not trying to be an asshole. I just came.
Well, I'm not either.
If
But
you read that, it just said, "Hey,
Yo, the cop spec had done it real fast, because if it's one of these ones where they take like an hour to turn up, this guy's gonna be long gone.
let's go."
And I feel like if they don't catch the guy on the scene, then they tend to not really press charges, sadly. So I really hope Skeeter can keep this guy here.
Hang out because I said
Yeah.
keep everything in public. I didn't want anything. She said, "Well, you can
I've got a prediction for this episode. Sorry. I try to pause a bit less. I reckon they find, the blick on him when the police come down and pat him down and search him. Just imagine what he could have done with that. If it was just him. Oh, thank God this, is a setup.
come to my place. We can go to yours." I'm like, "No, let's just stay in public."
okay.
I didn't want any of that kind of stuff to be construed that it was going
Right.
to happen.
Well,
That-
but then
The
when
chat
you
can allude to anything, sir.
but when you
Yeah.
talked about her being naked and you talked about oral sex and stuff like that with her and that you
She
did
said
stuff
she
with
had done it
toys. Well, I hear you.
So it's like,
But it's
she
just-
said
But to me,
it may have been inappropriate, but she said, "Have you done that?" Or she said she did, and I'm like, okay.
okay.
And so it's a legit question. I guess maybe it's not a legit question. It's a natural question in some cases to do that. Bring that up after the fact, right?
Tim, what about here when you said I'm a fan of oral in different positions? She said, "So would you want to do that to me?" You say, "I'd love to, especially giving." So you're right there. You said you'd love to have oral sex with her.
Okay, but that doesn't
And-
mean it was going to happen.
But
He still said it.
Tim, you're here.
And if you read the last thing I said, "Sir, I didn't want anything to go anywhere private because I wanted to keep everything in public, so it couldn't even be construed that was going to be an option."
I think it's
You know what's funny? I think the fact this guy's saying this over and over again. I highly doubt he actually said that, like in the messages. If they go through, I bet you almost anything that is not gonna actually say that in the messages.
Tim, that doesn't really work.
Appropriate, yes, I agree with that. But there was no fact that anything was going to happen because I didn't want anything to be thought of because it was going to be all in public.
But the thing is, you can still have sex in public, Tim. It's called,
Fair.
it's a matter of public, it's
But,
indecent. It's indecent exposure,
Right,
for
but it's in a
sure.
park, right?
Right, and
yeah, like,
there's not many
that's
people
why-
here. I mean, there's trucks here. What's stopping you from going in your car right there and doing something with there in the car?
So no.
For sure. I mean, there could be a,
And there's a million other options or anything could have happened,
yeah.
but nothing.
You could
did
drive to
happen.
a back out. How do I know you weren't going to drive somewhere with her and to a more private location?
Well, that's just hearsay. That's just a thought. Anything could happen anytime, any place.
Anything
anybody.
could, but the thing is, you're here, Tim, and
To hang
who
out
knows
with
what would have happened.
anything. But then she said, so we can go to a restaurant, and I said, only if we feel comfortable. I said, there's no place within walking distance for her to walk there. I said,
Okay.
Only if you would feel comfortable, we would have to drive.
But Tim, how does it look? Just a 50.
I've got a feeling, if they're going to go to a restaurant, and they were going to drive, I feel like they'd get to a point they'd be driving, they'd be going past the restaurant, she's just looking like, the restaurant's right there. Yeah, I know.
50-year-old man coming to meet in
That's
any
fair.
context.
That's fair. I get that.
I mean, what would your kids think of this? You said you have 3 kids.
I get it. Yeah, sure. I get it.
What would they think of you coming to meet a?
I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Well, I'm asking you, what would they think?
I honestly don't know. Probably
Okay.
not good.
Yeah.
I guess
Right.
that's my point.
Right. That's what I'm trying to make clear. And then you say your son's. How would you feel if he was talking up, or a 50-year-old man was talking him up like this, and he went to meet him?
I get it. Yeah.
What would you think?
No, I wouldn't like it.
Right.
You know.
Would you want hair in your mouth after you talk about oral sex? So why would she have hair? Yeah, you see, it's right here.
I don't have glasses on. I can't
Oh.
read that. Sorry. So no, I don't remember that honestly.
Yeah.
But
So I'll show you here, Tim. Says it's just my preference, especially when giving oral. And you say, what do you want hair in your mouth? Can you see it now? Okay.
fairly, yeah.
Yeah. And then you ask, if she cares, if a guy's trimmed or not, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Do you have a size preference? What do you mean by size preference?
I don't know. I don't know the rest of the
Just don't remember. It was a while ago, so I'll give you, I'll give you that. It was a minute ago, for sure. You say that it's average, sadly, meaning, I think we know what you were talking about.
Probably.
Right.
But I don't remember like
Okay.
the conversation.
So is it average actually, or?
Oh, it's kind of personal.
Okay, just because you said it here, so I just wonder if you were being truthful or not. So, and, you do ask for a bikini picture. You were just interested in, her breast size. I think you asked something about if her mom had, big breasts as well. You talked about you had an ex with double D's and they were fake, that sort of.
Why is he speaking with a minor? I feel like he's definitely like he's definitely asking about the mom, because he's like, oh, when she grows up, you get me. But like, why speak to? Something wrong with this guy.
Thing. How far did you drive to get here today, Tim?
35 minutes. 40
Okay.
minutes.
From Okay. Yeah, I got a buddy that lives out in pretty decent area. But that whole
You know, big up Skier. He's doing a really good job of keeping him here, because he did not want to be here. He wanted to be out. Like, I feel like if I was in that situation, and the apprentice was just like, yeah, can I leave? Can I leave? Can I leave? Just wanting to leave and butchering me, I would not know how to just keep him there.
whole drive here, the 30 minutes or whatever, did you, stop and think like, hey, maybe this is a thing that I probably shouldn't be doing,
Yeah.
or?
But it's like it was just I had no intention of doing anything else except hanging out and going to lunch.
Gotcha.
That's it. She seemed like a good person.
Yeah.
This is it. And it's probably all a lie now, but
Oh.
she seems like she's. And I'm not asking about it.
Oh, nice
She
girl.
hangs out. Her mom's gone a lot. She hangs out.
Oh, God forbid they lie to you. God forbid it's not actually a minor. Oh my god, this guy.
with her mom, or by herself at home.
Right.
Or her mom's not around. She seemed like she didn't have anybody to talk to or hang out or something. Like, okay, well, let's do that. So if that's not the case, that's not the case. Whatever it is, it is. But
Okay. And would you say, I mean, was there no one else you could hang out with today? I mean, it's Easter for crying out loud, you know?
my kids are their
That's
moms.
what I'm saying.
They're at their mom's, okay. Okay. So it's like a shared custody thing?
Yeah.
Okay. What would she think of this?
Oh, she'd probably freak out,
Yeah,
That's my
pretty.
ex, right? But
Right, but still, I mean, you're still in contact and
Yeah,
you have your kids together
Oh,
and
yeah,
whatnot.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just, you know, I don't think, I can't imagine she would be,
no,
very happy about it.
No.
So, I imagine that, did that run through your head before you
Oh,
came
yeah.
to,
It
okay,
did, but it,
okay.
Again, it was.
But you
meant
still thought, no, just no big deal, just going to,
to just hang out, right?
Just hang out.
Because otherwise I wouldn't. If I,
Okay.
That's why I said specifically today.
okay.
No, let's keep everything in public because that was my only intention about all this was just public.
Okay.
That's it.
What about when you asked if she had cameras at her house? Do you remember that?
No.
I got it right here, there at the bottom. Do you have cameras at your house? I can maybe make this a little bit brighter
No.
so you can see. But
He knows exactly when you said that. He's lying for his teeth.
yeah.
See close up.
Oh yeah, there you go. Do you
No,
have
I-
cameras? Oh, you see it?
Further away.
Oh,
I-
further.
I
Sorry.
can't see close
Sorry,
up.
right there.
Okay.
Yeah, just at the bottom.
Good cameras at your house.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why you, if you didn't have any intention on, do anything. I just don't know why you'd
Well, I don't
want
even
to.
know where she lives. So it's,
Oh, true.
whether I
True.
had-
What would you say at that point
Dumbest
where you
excuse.
maybe possibly entertaining the idea of doing something or going back to her house when her parents weren't there? Or?
No, well, she
No.
talked about some other guy that she was
Okay.
with that was older, and it's like
Got it.
she didn't know if he was there or not. It's like, well, your mom have cameras at house
Mhm.
at your home because otherwise, she might see that kind of stuff.
Fair enough. You ask her to show you her butt. You say, "How does it look from the back?" No, honestly, Tim, was that really an appropriate
Yeah.
thing to ask?
You know what? All of them do this. They come up with some story that quote unquote justifies all of it. But like the chat's just disprove and discredit everything. So it's kind of funny to see these guys just lying through their teeth.
You say it's 69 degrees here with a winky face. I mean,
I don't remember the rest of the context of the
Okay.
conversation. Like, was it like because it was cold one day? I don't
yeah.
remember.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, you said it's 69 winky face.
Okay.
I mean, we know what 69 means,
Right.
right? Is that why?
But
Is that what you were?
I don't know. I don't remember the context of
Okay.
the conversation. So it's like
Got it.
one day it could have been 40-some degrees, and the next day
Okay.
69. Like, that's
Okay.
great. Like,
Yeah. I just don't get. Well, I mean, why the winky face after?
That was
69?
not the
I don't know. I
context.
don't remember the context. I don't remember the conversation.
Okay. Got it.
It was little bursts of conversation here and there, whenever, and it was.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was a big long, like hours long.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the the gist of it. It's a lot of
It was inappropriate.
yeah,
but
inappropriate
but I
conversation.
didn't want anything to happen physical. That's why I just public, right? That was my whole point of this.
Okay.
was I don't want to even think that I'm going to go to your house or you're coming to my house
Okay.
or anything like that. Just this
Okay.
way, I said there's coffee shops around, or she said she didn't like coffee, so there's coffee shops around. I said, but there's restaurants.
Yeah.
I think I looked, there's a BW
But I mean,
like a
why
mile away.
why even go there like with a bill? Like she's
I told
mean,
you, she
if
seems
you don't
like
have
she
any-
hangs around by herself and she doesn't have
you don't have any any kind of context
contact.
I mean, if the context is just like hanging out with her, and
Right.
that's it. I mean,
That's it.
why have this conversation then come meet with her? And hey, folks, can I get your guys' opinion on something, real quick? So let me ask
Involving the public. Okay.
you this scenario. Say you're talking. How did you guys meet? Are you guys like together or? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, if you guys say you met online, say like Tinder, something like that, and you're having a conversation, you get a little flirty, and then you go to meet up, and you just go to lunch or whatever. Do you think, or are you planning to do any of like the flirtatious stuff that you talked about before, or is it solely just going to lunch and we have no intentions of doing anything further than that?
I think it depends on the vibe. It depends on the
Depends on the vibe and the person. Okay. Okay.
I hear that, that applies when you're, meeting someone of age, it might just be for vibes, but when you're meeting someone that like isn't of age, you're not supposed to be doing it, It's obvious that you're not supposed to do that, you get me? Like, you don't do that. So if you're ignoring the fact that you're not supposed to do that, obviously you've got some intentions, because otherwise, it's just all risk and no reward, if that kind of makes sense. Yo, these police need to hurry up, because I want to see this guy get locked up.
Would you say it was going to depend on her vibe, Tim?
Maybe, possibly.
Okay. Because he came to me today.
Yo, just outing him to the public like that. Big up, bro. That's yo. What's this guy's reaction gonna be?
Off a dating app, and Oh, so you think that's different?
That's what I'm saying.
It is like that's what I'm.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, do I have a head or no? I hope I don't. But that's exactly what I was saying.
That's what I'm trying to explain to my man here. It's different predicament, right?
Yo, guy over here doesn't even know how to process what you've just heard.
Yeah, and you wouldn't. I mean, you see what I'm trying to.
I get it.
You see what I'm trying to say, Tim? Yeah. Oh, for sure. I appreciate your opinion, though. Happy Easter. Have a good one. All right. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to get an outside opinion,
Fair.
but you see, even they have the same opinion
I get it.
as me.
But
So.
they're coming at it from just expecting stuff like that to hear about that's going to happen. But that,
Right.
That was not my intention at all. Yeah, if we might have talked that kind of stuff for a while, but
Yeah.
when I said we're coming to meet, it's going to be all public.
Why is the
nothing
for you
secret.
keep
That
just getting
was
really
not my
loud?
intention.
Okay.
She seemed like, got a little flirtatious in some of the conversations, but she seemed like she just like was her mom travels a lot and she's by herself a lot, and she just didn't have anybody to talk to. So
You're
it's kinda like
just
why-
trying to be a friend.
Why I talked to her for the most part,
Essentially.
and then I didn't want to go do anything like that because of her age. But if she's,
Yo, this
well,
guy,
Yeah.
just has some-
this guy is just like rambling, just trying to say anything, just get out of the situation right now. Like he's desperate.
nobody to talk to or hang out with, and said she was going to be like stuck here with her uncle's house for for a couple of days by herself. I'm like, all right, well then you can go and grab lunch so you're not like gone all weekend. Or
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to go over it with you and figure out why you were, doing this sort of thing, especially on Easter of all days. It's just not a good look and everything.
oh, it's not. I get
Yeah.
that, but that was not my intention.
Okay.
So was the cops coming for me?
Was that? Yeah, I believe they would be here for us. Yeah. So, is there anything else you have to say, or?
No, but I didn't do anything wrong. I guess that's my point, right? I mean, coming to
Yeah.
meet them is questionable, but
Questionable, yeah. So it is something that we had to report, unfortunately.
it's fair. But what was illegal about it? Coming to talk and hang out with somebody, that's illegal.
It's the traveling to meet her after having a bit of a sexually charged conversation.
You know what? Police do these exact type of things, like where they arrest someone on the way to meeting someone, because even just after having those interactions online, even then going to go travel to meet them is illegal.
I mean, you would agree it was inappropriate. You
So
did agree to
intent.
that. So that would be the illegal part. So if you stayed home and you didn't come out and try to meet her, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation, obviously,
I know.
Tim. But it's like being that you showed up here, so
Right.
it's just something we just had to let them know about, and that sort of thing. So yeah. All right, Tim. Well, I mean, if that's all you have to say, I just had to let you know that I'm actually Skeet Handsome with the Predatory Investigation Unit, and we're doing an online series about adults who try to meet up with sex.
How you doing, sir?
So.
Well,
Are you guys related, friends, anything?
Oh no, we're this was the suspect that we called in about. This is Tim.
You're law enforcement?
No, not at all.
Are you with them?
I'm with them. Yeah.
Okay, I explained to them to head to the station to make a report.
Oh, they're gonna head
I'm
to
gonna sit down and talk with him.
Okay.
So if you don't mind giving
Yeah.
me and him some time.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a partner speak with you guys at the station. Okay.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Well, all right, nice meeting you and everything, Tim. Obviously not under these circumstances, but
I've seen a few Gideons now, and I've seen a few Ski, and it seems that Ski gets a lot like tougher ones, like tougher like people to deal with, if you get what I mean. I don't know if it's the areas they do or it's just pure like just chance. But like when it's Skeet doing them, you know, he gets the guys that just instantly they're just like, yeah, I wanna leave, I wanna leave, I wanna leave. No, I'm not talking, or you get what I mean. When it's Gideon, he just gets he gets bad people. They both get terrible people, but when Gideon does it, he's like, you know, they just start snitching on themselves.
You are armed. Go ahead and stand up for me.
oh, we gotta. Oh, sorry.
Weapon
Yeah, you did say that.
to me ain't minor. Thank, thank God that this wasn't real and just a sting.
Did you get the whole sequence?
I'm gonna head to the station.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine.
He seemed pretty pissed.
They're very pissed with us.
Really?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Can you stop in my car?
Yeah.
All right, so we're here at the police station. Tim was armed, so that was pretty freaky. Hi, we were told to come here.
Yep, I'll buzz you in.
You know what? This is why, as well, these catches where they don't start throwing hands are so much better. You know, when they actually get them arrested. Because imagine if, you know, this was like someone else, like Vitali. I think he used to do them, and like they pull up and they just start throwing hands, and then, you know, you get me. Like that could go so wrong.
Hi, good. How are you?
All right, so you're gonna have to fill out a witness statement, and then one of the officers that you were with at the park is gonna come in and take the report. Okay?
Okay.
There should be some pens and
And them other catches don't stop anything, you know, they're just going to do it again. They're just going to be more sneaky about it, you know. These catches, you know, it takes them off the streets, it gives them a criminal record, you know. It puts steps in place to prevent them from doing it again.
a bucket right there, and I have a clipboard if you'd like. If you want to.
I have some pretty sloppy handwriting, though.
That's quite all right. I've seen everything.
Oh,
so.
all right. All right. For you.
Much like
Yep.
I said, the officer being here shortly.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Yep.
So who's the first person that spoke with the gentleman today?
She would be the first person that spoke
Okay.
with him.
Roughly what date was that?
Like the very first time ever.
Yeah. Roughly.
November, like mid-November maybe. All right, boys. So you know, we just got done at Roseville PD here, made the report and everything, filled out the written statement. You know, Roseville PD is good, and we gave them everything. They were going to be pursuing an investigation on Tim here. I don't know if he actually got arrested or what happened, but either way, he is for sure being looked into, and that's pretty much it. This has been your Easter Sunday skeeting, and I'm out. Let's get another cigar in for the road.
Is there anything else in the video? No, that's all. You know what? W video. I can't lie, I love seeing these catches, you know, where they honestly make this world a safer and better place. Anyways, let's cut to the outro. Yo, once again guys, if you enjoyed the content, please drop a like, drop a subscribe. It, as I said before, it does mean a lot to me. Anyways, don't want to take up too much of your time, so Foza, peace out.